I want you to imagine a scenario that happens to thousands of website owners every single day. You spend months writing the perfect content. You spend thousands of dollars buying backlinks. You optimize every single meta tag, every title, and every keyword. You do everything right. You log into Semrush, expecting to see your rankings climbing to the top of page 1, but instead, you see them stuck on page 2 or page 3. And when you run a site audit, you see a big red error message that says slow server response time. This is the silent killer of SEO. It is the most frustrating error in the entire Semrush dashboard because it feels like it is out of your control. You can't fix it by writing better articles. You can't fix it by getting more links. It is a technical wall that is blocking your success. Today, I am going to have a very honest conversation with you about what this error actually means, why your current hosting company is lying to you about it, and the exact steps I took to banish this error forever and instantly boost my site health score into the high 90s. First, let's look at the data. Go to your Semrush dashboard. I want you to click on the Site Audit tool. If you haven't run an audit yet, do it now. It takes about 5 minutes. Once it is done, click on the Performance tab. You will see a graph there for something called Time to First Byte, or TTFB. What is Time to First Byte? Imagine you are at a restaurant. You sit down and you order a steak. Time to First Byte is the amount of time you sit there waiting before the waiter brings you the first plate of food. If you sit there for 45 minutes with an empty table, you are going to get annoyed and you are going to leave. Google is the customer. Your website is the restaurant. If Google clicks on your link and your server takes 1 or 2 seconds just to wake up and say hello, Google is gone. It bounces. It assumes your site is broken or abandoned. And if Google thinks your site is slow, it will never, ever rank you in the top 3 spots. It doesn't matter how good your content is. If the service is bad, the food doesn't matter. Now, why is this happening to you? If you are using a cheap hosting provider, and you know who I am talking about, the ones that cost $3 or $5 a month, you are on what is called shared hosting. Shared hosting is like living in a college dorm room with 500 roommates. You all share the same bathroom. You all share the same Wi-Fi. If one of your roommates decides to download a massive movie file, the internet slows down for everyone. If one of your roommates throws a loud party, you can't sleep. On a shared server, if another website on that same server gets a viral traffic spike, or gets hacked, or runs a heavy script, your website slows down. You are being punished for someone else's behavior. Semrush sees this. It flags it as slow server response time because the server is too busy dealing with the other 500 sites to answer you. I struggled with this for years. I tried everything. I installed caching plugins like WP Rocket. I optimized my images. I deleted half my plugins. I even hired a developer on Upwork to clean up my code. Nothing worked. The Semrush error stayed red. Then, I finally realized the truth. You cannot fix a hardware problem with software. You cannot win a Formula 1 race if you are driving a school bus. The solution was migration. I moved my site to Kinsta. Now, Kinsta is different. Kinsta is a managed WordPress host that runs on the Google Cloud platform. Specifically, they use the C to compute optimized machines. These are the Ferraris of the server world. And here is the most important part. Kinsta uses isolated containers. That means your website gets its own house. You don't have roommates. You have your own CPU. You have your own RM. No one else can steal your resources. The day I migrated to Kinsta, I didn't change a single line of code on my website. I just moved it to their servers. I waited for the DNS to propagate, and then I went back to Semrush. I clicked the button that says Rerun Audit. I watched the progress bar, 10%, 50%, 90%, and then the report popped up. The slow server response time error was gone. It wasn't just improved, it was 0. My time to first byte went from 1.2 seconds down to 0.1 seconds. That is 10 times faster, and guess what happened to my rankings? Within 2 weeks, the keywords that were stuck on page 2 jumped to page 1. Why? Because I finally removed the anchor that was holding them back. Google saw that my site was instant, and it rewarded me. If you are looking at that red error in Semrush right now, stop banging your head against the wall. Stop installing more plugins. Plugins add weight. You need more power. I have left a link in the description below. That link will take you to Kinsta. They have a migration team that will move your site for you for free. You don't have to touch any files. You don't have to deal with databases. You just give them your login, and they handle it. It is a risk-free test. Move your site. Run the Semrush audit again. If you don't see the speed increase, Kinsta has a 30-day money-back guarantee. But I promise you, once you see that green number, you will never go back to shared hosting. Fix your infrastructure, and the SEO will follow.